walking who? Julie, good morning.
Come here.
Hello, it is in fact a good morning because there is a dog involved. This is Forrest. Forrest is 5. Joe, tell me a little bit about Forrest and how you two became buddies.
Well, Forrest is one of our clients, and we've run him now for a number of years. We've worked on many things with him. One of them was weight loss, some leash obedience, but really he just, as you can see, wants to get out and go and run and exercise, and he loves it.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about your business. Oh, here's Forrest, like to our cameraman. Forrest, come here.
So with Who's Walking Who, we are dog runners.
Yes.
Think of us like your dog's very own personal trainer. We keep them happy, healthy, in shape, stress-free, keep the anxiety down. We've got a large team of very talented runners who just happen to love dogs. We've got sessions ranging from 15 minutes up to an hour, all different paces, and that allows us to cater each session to each dog individually.
Now, you're a locally owned business. Why was it important for you to get involved in this space? What made you go, you know what I want to do?
This is such an amazing market that we have here for dogs and people who just absolutely love their dogs. They go above and beyond for treating them and giving them the best life that they can.
No, Forrest is not living life.
We really help people to provide that extra love and support for their dogs when they just can't.
Okay. You're about fitness. You don't really call it dog walking. Your pet fitness.
Correct.
Is kind of the verbiage I was picking up from the website.
Right.
Why pet fitness? Why not just say, I walk dogs?
Dogs, I believe dogs need so much more than just your typical walk around the block. They really want to get out and exercise. Obviously, these are, our house pets nowadays, not necessarily wild animals, so they can only do so much, but I think with the right exercise, they get exactly what they need.
Okay, and Forrest here is a dog that was adopted. Don't tell him. I should have covered his ears. I don't know if he knows. Is it easier to work with adopted dogs or dogs that are, purebred with papers? This is a personal question.
See, I don't think there's a difference. I think as long as you're moving fast enough, they'll keep up with you and you'll be just fine.
Okay, can I tell you my dog devastation story?
Please.
I was telling you a little bit about it earlier. A few weeks ago, I was at the National Mill Dog Rescue, and people in the newsroom have heard me grumble about this. I did not show the dog that I applied to adopt. Her name was Willa. She was a standard-sized Schnauzer. She was 7, and we were best of friends. I fill out my adoption paperwork. I have to go to Missouri for my nephew's birthday. Ooh. By the time I get back, another family has adopted her. So this is my plea. If you adopted Willa probably a month ago, and she's a black standard Schnauzer, can you please let me know she's having the best life? Because I still am so...
Send us cute pictures, please.
I'm still so devastated about her. How quickly would you recommend that people get in as far as starting to work with you and their dog?
There's really no time limit. We keep any dog under a year. We don't, do anything super strenuous or anything like that. But there's no better time than now to start your dog with exercise and training and give them the best life that you possibly can.
Do you shake, Forrest? Not at 5:30 in the morning, Craig and Abby.
Forrest says it's too early.
It's too early.
Let me sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's too early.
Forrest is not running. That's for sure this morning. All right, thanks, Julie.
Julie having a great morning today. Right now, she is out there live and local with Who's Walking Who, her new best friend. Julie, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Are you guys doing well in the studio?
Yeah.
Not as good as you.
Nice and warm in there, nice and toasty. Yeah, not as good as me. Okay, yeah, we're with Who's Walking Who this morning. We've got Forrest here, Joe, the owner. You guys do a free consultation with pet owners before you take them on as clients. What do you do inside of that?
Correct. So the consultation gives me a chance to get to know the dog, see what they like, what they don't like. After, talking with the owners, seeing what kind of exercise they already get, we see what kind of exercise regimens we can add to that to add to their daily regimen, or if maybe the customer wants them to lose weight. Maybe we're working on leash commands, maybe we're working on leash obedience, whatever the case may be. This gives us a chance to see what we like.
You could be the Jenny Craig of dogs.
Somewhat, yeah.
Let's talk about the leashes that you use.
Yeah, absolutely. So our leashes are a typical slip lead. It's a 6-foot slip lead leash, okay? And then what we do is we tie a little clip in here that goes directly to the collar.
Okay.
So all I really have at any point in time is just the collar.
Yeah.
When I need to, I've got this little loop between the collar and the slip lead.
Okay.
That basically gives me my harness control of, you know, if the dog was wearing a harness,
Yeah.
except it's not breathing constricting because we're moving.
Yes, you're moving a lot. And
Exactly.
You were telling me how many miles you get in every day, 10 to 20, which is probably why you're hiring right now.
Right.
Walk me through that. Who's the best applicant to be a member of the Who's Walking
man.
Who dog team?
Anybody who likes to run and loves dogs, we have a minimum requirement for our runners is a 9-minute pace for at least 30 minutes. This is a pretty moderate
Yeah.
jog, which is what most of our dogs do. That's what Forrest definitely does. So as long as you can keep up with him, you're good to go.
There's the border calling him right now. That little paw, he's ready to hunt. He's looking around. He's definitely a little cutie, and you've been working with him for 3 years.
Correct.
And weight loss has been something that
He's
you've been working
lost 5 pounds since we started. We've gone over leash commands. He's gone from a 15-minute walk because he was overweight, and
Yeah.
we've pushed him up to either a 30-minute jog or a 15-minute run, whatever he's feeling that day.
with. Thicker than a Snicker, some
Right.
people might say. What are the overall results that you desire to have with your clients being your dogs?
It's just a change in lifestyle.
Yeah.
Our clients have noticed such a change in their overall behavior, their attitude, the temperament, you know, the loyalty, the trust, and the happiness of the dog. You know, you go from losing a new couch every week to a couple naps.
A refined young gentleman.
Exactly.
No, we're not saying that you ate couches for us. We're just saying some dogs eat couches.
We've lost couches, we've lost wedding rings, we've lost all kinds of stuff.
All
so.
sorts of stuff. Okay, Craig and Abby, we're going to send it back to you in the studio.
One is for you. A local dog walking business is focused on more than just getting your pup's steps in.
So right now, Julie is out there live and local with Who's Walking Who. Julie, good morning.
Howdy ho, Craig and Abby. Yes, Who's Walking Who? We've got Forrest here. Got Joe with the Who's Walking Who. Hello, everybody. How can people benefit from a service like yours? Because Forrest here, we've been out with Forrest all morning.
Right.
And he's given us some judgmental looks at this point, but he's been going hard. So who could benefit from this?
Owners and dogs alike will benefit from this. The change in lifestyle for the dog, health, the overall loyalty and obedience that it brings to the table. And then, of course, the peace of mind that it brings to the client. You know, we can get to the house during the day when nobody's home and we can get the dogs out and exercise.
You were telling me it helps with like dog anxiety.
Right.
What's a dog? How do you identify dog anxiety?
Anxiety can be shown in many ways, anywhere from barking too much, urinating in the house, eating half your couch.
All of the same
Whatever, yeah.
anxiety symptoms of a human.
Exactly.
But this it enables them to alleviate. Is that just because they're getting more stimulation?
Bingo.
What's going
This
on?
gives them a positive outlook for all the energy versus a destructive outlook.
I guess that's why out.
Right.
You know, we get up in the gym to
Or we
work
go
on
for
our-
runs.
We go
Just
for
run.
runs. Yeah. You do a lot of running. You told me you'll get between 10 and 20 miles in per day, and that's because you're short-staffed. You're hiring right now.
Correct.
Walk me through the potential applicant, the perfect applicant for Who's Walking Who is.
A runner, definitely,
Yeah.
or somebody who wants to run and is willing to work and get up to it. We'll work with you. We'll get you into shape. Somebody who loves dogs and understands, you know, a little about them, how they work. Mutual respect for the dog.
Okay. Yeah, dogs are pretty cool animals. I really like them. You guys, what's that look like?
A consultation gives me a chance to go out with the dog for the first time, and this is all free. And it's a meet and greet, if you will, and gives me to see what the dog likes, what they don't like, their strengths and weaknesses, capabilities, and decide what kind of session works best for them.
This dog really likes to lick the air.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I did that back to him, and then I realized I was on live TV looking like an idiot.
He gives kisses.
He gives
Lots
kisses.
of kisses.
He's such a good boy too, and he's got good breath, so you know, he's really living his best life. Okay, if people want to contact you about that consultation or potentially about a job, how can they do that?
They can either call us on our phone at 719-237-4353 or go online to our website at www.who'swalkingwhopetfitness.com.
Okay. Back to you in the studio, Craig and Abby.
She has a new friend right there.
cuddling up
Yeah.
to me. I don't
You know,
know.
Julie, urination and couch feeding also a trait for some humans. Do they train people? Can they train people as well?
Do you train people?
Craig wants to know because apparently he's been urinating on his couch.
It happens.
We're working on running people's kids. We'll get there.
You're working on people's kids, and then you'll get into
There's no hope for you.
adult incontinence, if
Right,
you will.
right.
Okay.
I'm a lost
Yeah.
cause. All right.
Depends, Craig. Depends.
Depends. There you go. The key to success. Thank you, Julie.
A local dog walking business is striving to provide a unique service to the pet parents of Southern Colorado.
This could be for you. Right now, let's get to Julie, who's live and local one more time with Who's Walking Who. Julie, good morning.
Craig and Abby, I got to issue a retraction. Made a mistake.
Uh-oh.
It's a dog walking business. It is a dog running business. I'm sorry
That's
about
right.
that. Can you offer your forgiveness to me this morning?
Of course.
We're talking about that because you do come out and run these dogs.
Right. We are not your normal dog walkers.
What all do you offer at Who's Walking Who? What are some of the things you do? This
We've
is
got
Forrest,
the
by
different
way.
sessions, the walk, jogs, and runs.
Yeah.
15 minutes up to an hour to cater to each dog individually. So there's all breeds, shapes, and sizes. Nobody's left behind.
What's really fascinating to me is you'll come out and you'll kind of assess the dog because you don't want to run it the wrong way because then you have something called impact consequence, right?
Right.
Walk me through what that is.
Right. If you exercise your dog for long periods of time and do it the wrong way, you can always hinder joints,
Yeah.
growth plates, tendons, bones. We don't want to do that. So we keep the galloping and the frolicking to a minimum for most dogs.
Frolicking in the flower bed. You don't just offer dog running, which of course you offer in different increments. What else do you offer?
Pet care in general. So we have the pet fitness for sure.
You just-
We
like,
also
I'm going
have
down.
house sittings as well
Yeah.
for people who need us. We're out of town, if whatever the case may be. We have overnights where our runners will stay at your house with the dog. Peace of mind for the dog. We also have just feedings and potty breaks if you just need visits for a more cheaper alternative.
Yeah, somebody to pop in. Okay, and then something that you really, really need right now is at Who's Walking Who's dog runners. You
Correct.
need employees.
We need runners.
How can people apply?
They can give us a call on our phone or on our website, www.who'swalkingwhopetfitness.com. On our employee page, all the info for the job is there with an application.
Look, those people are having to do it themselves. Just kidding.
See, they didn't call us.
I know they didn't call us. Okay, so something you can really do. Forrest right now, though, has been out with us all morning. He has been a shining star, and it is time for Forrest to get a little snack and a little nap. Craig and Abby, we're sending it back to you.
Forrest is worn out.
Yeah, well, that's kind of
long
the
morning.
idea, I think, of the whole deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you
Works.
want to be worn out as well, and you want to be their employee, you love dogs, might be.
Great fit.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to get outside this morning, you heard the breezes there in the microphones. Will we keep that going all day? We'll talk about that coming up next. Good morning. You're watching Fox 21 Morning News.